Today I want to start talking about 3D shapes. So let's make a start. We have a circle. What happens when we turn that circle 3D? Well, two things could happen. It could become a sphere, totally round ball. No edges, no corners, just one continuous curved side. A sphere. What else could that circle become? Well, there's my circle, but this time it's become a cylinder. So it's got one long side going round, it's got a circle on top, and it's got a circle on the bottom. But it doesn't have to be that shape or that size. This is a cylinder too. Long and thin cylinder, short and fat cylinder. How about this circle? What has this circle become? Well, this circle has become a cone, like an ice cream cone. So in this case, it's got a circle at the bottom and one flat side that's sort of semicircular in shape, going all the way around it. We'll have a square becomes cube. And we all know how to do a cube. We see them all over the place, don't we? It's like a dice. It's a cube. What about this little chap? Not quite square. Oops, definitely not square. Still not square. So it's not a cube, but it is a cuboid. Cuboid. But this one, what could we call this one? It's got to square that end, square the other end. Well, I'm still going to be calling it a cuboid because it might be stretched out, but that is still a cuboid. This one has got triangular sides. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 triangular sides and a square on the bottom. So this one is a square-based pyramid, because that's definitely a pyramid with the triangles, but this one has got a square base. You could also get a triangular pyramid, and that would just have 3 sides and a triangle on the bottom. A triangle. What shape is this? It's got a triangle at the top. It's got a triangle at the bottom. It's actually got a square on each side, or it could be a rectangle on each side. But because it's got these rectangular or square sides, we're going to call this a prism. So if you see long straight sides on a shape like this, there's a good chance it's going to be a prism. So it's got a triangle at the top, so it's a triangular prism. It's got 6 sides, a hexagon. Now, what happens to a hexagon when we stretch it out like that? Still got a hexagon on that side, hexagon on that side, but it's got rectangles along the edges. Well, we're going to call that a prism. We're going to call it a hexagonal prism. What about this one? Same deal. This one is an octagon, got 8 sides, top and bottom, with straight edges, straight rectangular edges. So it's going to be a prism, and this time instead of an octagon, it's an octagonal prism. Is it a sphere? Nope. It's only half a sphere. Now, what do we call half a sphere? We call it a hemisphere. We call that a semicircle. We call this a hemisphere. Right, what have I got here? Well, this is actually called a net. I know it doesn't look like a fishing net or any net that you've ever seen before, but this is called a net in mathematics. And what it means is if I take a shape, a 3D shape, in this case a cube, and flatten it out, take all the edges apart and flatten it out, this is what I'd get. And it's a nice easy way to see how the shapes that make up this cube. So what shape would this make? Now, what have we got? We've got a square in the middle and we've got 4 triangles around the outside. So what would that make? It would make a square-based pyramid. If I fold that up together, the square is at the bottom, the triangles go up the sides, and we've got a square-based pyramid. This one's a bit trickier, but I can see it's got a pentagon, a 5-sided pentagon on each side. One there, and a load of rectangles in between. So if I fold that up and put it together, it's going to make me a pentagonal prism. Pentagonal because it's got a pentagon, prism because it's long straight sides. I'm sure you can work this one out. So all triangles. What's going to happen if we fold that up? It's going to make a triangular pyramid. So 3 triangular sides, triangular bottom, it's a triangular pyramid. Now this one, again, we've got rectangles, long straight sides. In this case, we've got a triangle top and triangle bottom. So I'm pretty sure this is going to make a prism because it's got long straight sides. And since it's got triangles, it should make a triangular prism. 2 squares and some rectangles. Let's have a look. It's a cuboid. A little bit trickier, but I think you can probably manage to work this one out. Circle at the top, circle at the bottom, straight-sided rectangle in the middle. Put that all together and you will have a cylinder. This one, again, a little bit trickier, but we've got a circle at the bottom and it goes to a point at the top. So if we fold that up very carefully, we're going to have a cone. Talking of cones, here's one I made earlier, an elephant cone. This is one of the shapes you can make. We have our lion cube. We have a leopard cuboid. And last but by no means least, a little hippo square-based pyramid. Right, those are for you to make now. Off you go.